late Speaker Jacob Olanya's body to arrive on Friday. That and more stories in Aboli today. Thank you so much for joining us and always being part of us. This is Africa Today. My name is Nahaba Kujura, but first, on the headlines. MPs Segirinya Sewanyana finally sent to High Court for trial. Over 100 students awarded certificates in vocational skills. In our sports today, Ethiopians Fika Bereke and Adugna Dalasa win 2022 Rome Marathon. Now, court heard that Sewanyana, Segirinya Senyonga and others still at large during the night of August 2nd, 2021 at Chiseka B village in Rwengo district with malice aforethought unlawfully killed Joseph Bwanika. We have the details.
Court has finally committed jailed legislators Alan Sewanyana of Machinje West and Muhammad Segirinya of Kawempe North to High Court for trial in a case where they are accused of murder, aiding and abetting terrorism. While appearing before Masaka Grade 1 Magistrate Christine Nantege on Monday, the state prosecutor Richard Billy Vumbuka told court that they deemed it fit to issue a production warrant for the accused persons after getting the legislators' co-accused person, Wilson Senyonga, who they claim has been playing hide-and-seek with the authorities at Chitaria prison for some time. Court heard that Sewanyana, Segirinya, Senyonga and others still at large during the night of August 2nd, 2021 at Seka B village in Rwengo district with malice aforethought unlawfully killed Joseph Bwanika. Reading from the committal papers, Magistrate Nantege said Senyonga on arrest confessed that he and his accomplices were recruited by Sewanyana and Segirinya to murder Bwanika and that they held meetings at Happy Boys Club in Indeba near Kabaka's Lake in Kampala City, from where plans were drawn to kill people in Masaka sub-region as a way of sending a message to the government that the National Unity Platform were robbed of their 2021 general election victory. The defense team led by Arias Lukwago said that since investigations are now complete, they want court to handle the two pending bail applications, one filed in Court of Appeal and another at High Court in Masaka, since these were ignored on claims that the accused persons would interfere with police investigations. Shamim Malende, another defense lawyer, said that they need Senyonga to be examined to ensure that he is in sound mental state.
Away from that, the former Speaker of the 3rd East African Legislative Assembly in Arusha, Tanzania, Right Honorable Margaret Ziwa, has urged parents to avoid gender stereotypes while choosing training courses for their children. Now, Ziwa was presiding over the graduation ceremony of St. Margaret College, Makere Chikoni, where a total of 106 students graduated with various vocational skills.
The Right Honorable Margaret Ziwa, who served in 2012 as the 3rd East African Legislative Assembly Speaker in Arusha, Tanzania, said all children, regardless of their gender, should be given adequate opportunities to have vocational skills to enable them create jobs for themselves in future.
Ekimu ku bigendererwa byange nze nyiza okuba nga nafuna omukisa oba oli awo tata wange yasobola okumpeerera mama wange yasobola okumpeerera naye bangi tebasobola kati abo bonna tubafunda St. Margaret singa abantu ba bulijjo wenjogera abantu ba bulijjo oyinza obutakimanya nti yes amasomero agasinga aga sekendule gali mu ssente za miliyoni emu mu emitwalo abiri miliyoni mu emitwalo nkaaga naye wano omuzadde bw'analeeta emitwalo gyana omwana ajja kukola ki omwana ajja kusoma ate ng'asomera ddala amasomo gennyini abali mu masomero gali amanene nabo ge basoma era n'asobolera ddala to compete naye okubeerera ddala ku mutindo ng'ogw'abalala.
Honorable Ziwa insists vocational training creates more jobs, which leads to the development of the country.
Okutikira abaana abatudde ebigezo bya Directorate of Industry Training. Era nga zino zibadde batches mu Uganda. Babadde mu bibiri kino ebibuyo bitu bigasse ekibwe ekyasooka kyalimu abaana 5 mu bana ekibwe ekyokubiri kyalimu abaana 5 mu babiri bona bagraduatinze batikidde olwaleero n'olwekyo tukyebaliza Katonda.
Ebyo mikono bino biyinza kutumbula bite ebyobusuubuzi okuwa Prime Minister n'ebiyinza kutumbula bite ebyobusuubuzi mu ggwanga
okusingira ddala ebyemikono bye biteekawo emirimu kubanga buli akola ebyemikono asaawa ekintu tulina essomo eddala eritabadde olwaleero ku nteekateeka eno essomo erya art and crafts Essomero eryo weeriri era tulikola lirina ebintu bingi ebikolebwa. Nsawo, ngoye, kati essomo ery'okutunga lyetutunga engoye. Buli ssomo lyetwogerako lifulumya ekikoleddwa. Kati ekikoleddwa ekyo kyekiteekawo ekitundibwa. Ekitundibwa kyekikola akatale. Akatale ke kaleeta okukulaakulana kubanga buli lw'otunda ofuna ensimbi. Buli lw'ofuna ensimbi oterekako ate n'ogaggawala oba n'ogaziya. N'olwekyo mu mbeera eno enteekateeka eno y'emu ku ezo enteekateeka ezisobola okujja omuntu mu bwavu. Kubanga bulijjo bwe bubeera ng'oga nti obwavu bunnuma bakubuuza okola ki. Kati omukisa guno gwe tubawa nti buli muntu abeeko kyaku. Era ekyo kyekigenda okututwala mu maaso, kyekigenda okutujja mu bwavu.
A total of 106 students of St. Margaret's College Makerere Chikoni were awarded certificates in tailoring, hairdressing, fashion and design, kukare among others. President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni launched the Presidential Initiative on Skilling the Girl Child project on 20th October 2017 to train girls between the age of 17 to 24 years old in various courses including tailoring, weaving, shoemaking, hairdressing, baking and confectionery.
Moving on, in the top stories, the Minister for Presidency, Millie Babalanda, who is also the chairperson of the National Organizing Committee for the burial, said on Monday afternoon that the body of Jacob Oulanyah, the deceased Speaker of the 11th Parliament, will be flown back to the country on Friday this week. We have the details. The Minister for Presidency, Millie Babalanda, said that subsequent to the body of the late Jacob Oulanyah's arrival into the country, there will be a series of week-long activities preceding the burial in Omoro. Oulanyah died from Seattle in the US, where he had earlier been admitted after suffering a terminal illness. President Museveni last week directed that the Ugandan flag, one of the East African community, and all flags in Uganda should be flown at half-mast at all public buildings and public grounds to mourn the Speaker of Parliament, Jacob Oulanyah. Following the death, questions about the body's return arose after Parliament decided to have elections to fill his position in accordance with the Constitution. Article 82 subsection 4 of the Constitution of Uganda provides that no business shall be transacted in Parliament other than election to the office of Speaker at any time that office is vacant. Well, thank you so much, our reporter. We'll take a quick break. We shall come back with the international news. Welcome back from the break. You're still watching TV Africa, the Bright to Know. In international news, thousands of refugees have crossed into neighboring Uganda after M23 rebels attacked Congolese army bases in the weak hours of Monday morning. Now, the area of the DRC side border of Bunagana is said to have been captured by the rebels. Take a look at the story.
According to reports, the rebel group fighting in eastern part of Congo, Sabinyo MTS Rangers in particular, was engaged by FARDC forces, specifically in areas of Runyonyi, Chanzo, Bugusa, Chengerero near Bunagana border, all in the province of North Kivu. According to the Kivu Security Tracker, an American monitor of violence in the region, fighting continued until 11 a.m. on Monday. The Jigazi Region Police spokesperson Eli Mate confirmed the development, saying that the intensity in fighting has forced Congolese citizens to flee their country for their lives, adding that all security agencies have taken charge of the situation, including Uganda Police Forces UPDF, Intelligence Services, UNHCR, among others. Mate said in a statement that the situation is under control and that UNHCR has started ferrying Congolese to Nyakabande settlement camp. A statement released by the Congolese army on Monday evening confirmed the attack, but said the M23 rebels were being assisted by the Rwandan army.
Away from that, the Democratic Republic of Congo is expected to join the East African Community today, Tuesday, in a bid to boost its trade, social cohesion, and security. Now, the official ceremony will be held virtually, followed by a summit to inaugurate East African Community's new member state.
Bordering 5 member states of the organization, Tanzania, Burundi, Rwanda, Uganda, and South Sudan, the DRC was assessed from June 25th to July 5th on its level of compliance with the organization. Similarly, the DRC and Tanzania control almost equally all of Lake Tanganyika. As early as June 2019, Kinshasa had expressed its willingness to join the organization in a letter to Paul Kagame, then current chair of the EAC Heads of State Summit. Among the advantages for the DRC are the integration of the country into the common telecommunication space, which will reduce costs with neighboring countries, several administrative facilities, and a reduction in charges for the commercial and economic activities of Congolese citizens, as well as facilitating their mobility in the eastern countries. Several EAC countries are among the DRC's main African trading partners. The DRC is also expected to benefit from reduced tariffs for goods received at the ports of Mombasa in Kenya and Dar es Salaam in Tanzania. In addition, in February, the East African Community Heads of State Summit approved the addition of French as an official language of the community alongside English and Swahili. Kinshasa could also benefit from the application of the EAC's Collective Security Pact, with the assistance of countries such as Kenya and Tanzania in the fight against several rebels in the Central African country.
Moving on with growing tensions, South Sudan's Vice President Riek Machar said that he has asked for help from East African countries gathered in the IGAD bloc and in particular from Sudan. Machar, the embattled Vice President of South Sudan, said that he wants Sudanese head of state and top general Abdel Fattah al-Burhan to come to his aid against his president Salva Kiir. Khartoum was indeed one of the guarantors of the South Sudanese peace agreement signed in 2018 after 5 years of civil war. The new development comes as South Sudan government forces have reportedly surrounded the residence of Riek Machar in the capital Juba. It's not clear if Mr. Machar is in the house. On Friday, the former rebel leader asked regional and international leaders to intervene to end renewed fighting in Unity and the Upper Nile states, which are considered his strongholds. Clashes between South Sudan's military and forces loyal to Mr. Machar have been reported in various areas for weeks, threatening a fragile peace agreement between him and President Salva Kiir. The government has not issued any statement on whether its soldiers have surrounded the premises. After winning 2/3 of the seats in the by-elections held last weekend, Zimbabwean opposition leader Nelson Chamisa is dreaming big. Now his party secured 19 of the 23 contested parliamentary seats and 75 seats in 122 municipalities. Now an unexpected success that is making him hopeful for a swift victory for next year's general elections. Take a look at the story. Nelson Chamisa, leader of Zimbabwean opposition Citizen Coalition for Change Party, at a news conference on Monday, March 28th, said that they have won a landslide, but that does not move away from the fact that the elections in the country need fundamental reforms around the voters' role, the credibility of the voters' role, around the issues of making sure results are managed in a better way, polling stations not subjected to the violence and intimidation that they saw. Founded less than 3 months ago, Chamisa's party, the Citizen Coalition for Change, has denounced the repression operated by the authorities at campaign rallies attended by large crowds of supporters. Last February, clashes at one of his rallies resulted in 1 death and 22 injuries. The ruling ZANU-PF has been in charge since Zimbabwe gained independence from Great Britain in 1980. Current President Emmerson Mnangagwa came into power in 2017 after Robert Mugabe, who ruled the country for 37 years, resigned. Well, thank you so much, reporter. We take a quick break. We shall come back with business, health, and sports. Welcome back for the break. You're still watching TV Africa, the right to know. In the business news today, Djibouti's leader, President Ismail Omar, has held a bilateral meeting on regional issues of mutual concern with Ethiopia's Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed in Addis Ababa. Now, President Ismail Omar and Prime Minister Abiy on Monday explored ways of strengthening multifaceted cooperation between the two countries.
Mahmoud Ali Yusuf, Minister of Foreign Affairs of Djibouti, said at a press briefing on the visit in Addis Ababa that discussed about the energy, about water, how to promote trade through upgrading the performance of the logistics, the port, the road. He added that Djibouti and Ethiopian have very integrated economies, and sometimes they are also quoted as a role model. Both leaders were reported to have discussed the strengthening of economic ties in trade and agriculture investments and the scale-up joint infrastructure development. Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed said that the ties between their two nations are historical and broad-based, adding that together with his counterpart, President Ismail Gwele, are committed to capitalizing on existing foundations for mutual prosperity. Ahmed Shide, Minister of Finance of Ethiopia, added that the security and the stability of Djibouti, as well as the unity and the stability of Ethiopia, is fundamental to both countries' joint interests, and the two leaders are also exchanged on mutual cooperation on that field. The latest visit comes 3 weeks after the defense forces of Ethiopia and Djibouti agreed to expand cooperation during the 9th Ethio-Djibouti Defense Chiefs of Staff meeting held in Addis Ababa.
In Africa Today Health, Ghana is the latest African country to ease its COVID-19 rules. Now, in his 28th COVID-19 address, President Akufo-Addo announced an update on the measures taken to limit the spread of the virus. Take a look at the story. Citing a review premised on the background of rapidly declining infections, the relative success of the vaccination campaign, and the increased capacity in the public and private health sectors, the leader presented measures said to take effect on Monday, March 28th. 2 years after President Akufo-Addo closed all borders, he announced the opening of sea and land borders, vowing the economy would soon rebound. All in-person activities, such as those taking place in private parties, churches, mosques, cinemas, are to resume at full capacity as long as the audience are fully vaccinated. Outdoor functions at sporting events, entertainment, sports, rallies, and funerals may also resume at full capacity as long as those taking part are fully vaccinated. Fully vaccinated travelers to Ghana will not have to take tests when they leave for the West African country, nor will they have to take a test upon arrival in Ghana. Those who are not fully vaccinated, be them citizens or foreigners, still need to provide a negative PCR test of not more than 48 hours and will need to undergo an antigen test upon arrival. The wearing of face masks is no longer mandatory. The reopening of the borders was expected by many Ghanaians who depend on cross-border trade with Togo, Ivory Coast, and Burkina Faso. Ghana has so far vaccinated 13 million people with a single dose, and 5 million Ghanaians, 16% of the population, have been fully vaccinated, according to the Ghana Health Service. In our sports news today, it was a big win for the Ethiopians in the just concluded 2022 Rome Marathon. On Sunday, an improved course record was captured by both Fike Beleke and Adugna Dalasa. Improved course record was captured by Ethiopians Fakre Bekele with a time of 2 hours 6 minutes 48 seconds, while on the women category, another Ethiopian, Adugna Dalasa, won in 2 hours 26 minutes and 9 seconds. Ethiopia's Temichachu finished in second place, while Morocco's Othman El Gourmir ended up in the third place. Ethiopia's Adugna Sechel Dalasa won the women's sole race. The 30-year-old athlete opened up a big gap of her competitors, winning in 2 hours, 26 minutes and 9 seconds. She succeeded Kenyan Paris Jeroni Lagat, who won the previous edition. Well, thank you so much for being a loyal audience from where we started from. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We should keep updating you. It is TV Africa, the right to know.